Hey, Grace City, welcome to the Friday Quicks, and I can't wait to be with you this week as we are continuing our series entitled Might from the Margins. And we're in the 8th week of our 10-week series. And this week we'll be in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. And here, verse 1, hear the words of Paul. He says, "Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, that you will commit your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing unto God, which is your reasonable service." This week, I'll be preaching on the power of being a sacrifice. You know, when you think about sacrifice, one must have an offering in order to be a sacrifice. An offering is given so that something may change. You think about Memorial Day, someone offered their lives so that something would change. And even today, you know, people are sacrificing for real change. Well, you know, when I think about sacrificing, it reminds me of a story that I told a few years ago. But, you know, it was about a couple that was going out, and it was a rainy day, but the rain eventually turned into hail. And as the hail was hitting, they discovered that the hail was big as baseballs. He began to cover his wife and protect her. But eventually, as they were walking, the hail became overwhelming, and he collapsed over top of his wife. And when he collapsed over top of his wife, he had marks and scars all over his body. But eventually the news station wanted to interview the wife and asked her, "How was your experience?" And the wife said, "Every time I look at his scars and every time I look at his marks, I'm reminded I love him even more because I'm reminded of the sacrifice that he was willing to make for me." Well, you know, Grace City, this week, that's what Paul calls us to do, to be a living sacrifice, one who's willing to give up something or offer themselves so that real change can happen. You know, when we think about might from the margins and people on the margins of life, it is going to take the church being willing to be a sacrifice so that real change can happen for those who are experiencing the hailstorm of discrimination, the hailstorm of inequality, the hailstorms of pain and disappointment. We need the church to come out and be a sacrifice. Listen, Grace City, there's something powerful about a sacrifice. And I look forward to seeing you